So, Modern Warfare 3's reveal trailer for multiplayer is here, and with it, we got a look at a lot of what's coming for the content in the immediate future, in the way of what will be previewed and revealed at COD Next, the multiplayer beta, and even further out with the launch of the game in a little over a month's time. Today we're breaking down all you need to know and what was in that reveal trailer for Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer and what you may have missed along the way. So if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay updated with all things Modern Warfare 3 ahead of the multiplayer reveal, the beta to follow immediately, and all things Modern Warfare 3 as we gear up for launch again in just over a month's time. I'd love to have in the community if you'd like to stay up to date with all that kind of stuff, but for now, let's jump into it. So first, unfortunately, I can't put the trailer in its entirety like we normally do with some of these like gameplay dev blogs and stuff like that and other trailers, because this one utilizes the song Till I Collapse, a classic Eminem song, but also more iconic for this particular instance because it was the original Modern Warfare 2 in 2009 trailer song as well. So a solid homage there and really leaning into that nostalgia factor of things with the trailers and how they show stuff off. But before we dive into anything, regardless of your views of the upcoming game, I think that we can all say COD trailers kind of remain undefeated. I think it's fair to say that even if you don't look forward to the content or the games, the trailers are always good fun to watch, and this one I think is no exception. We see a ton of stuff here that we can break down, and a lot of stuff that is our first really looks and glimpses at stuff, which firstly, the biggest one probably is, for a lot of people, the maps. The classic 16 multiplayer maps for Modern Warfare 2 2009, obviously super important. I think personally they look great, graphically redone here, and brought up to speed for 2023 as opposed to their original 2009 counterparts, but we'll of course have all of those on day one, 5 within the beta here upcoming. But beyond that, one of the first things I noticed was that it looked like kind of a new operator menu here at this, which kind of looks like a cool area for potential customization and all other things, kind of like a true operator housing feature kind of, but at the same time, I'm also not really expecting too much beyond just what we have now with Modern Warfare 2 and how the operator selection screen looks like that, but instead just thematically reskinned for however Sledgehammer wants to do it. Kind of the same functional features, but just different backdrops and how it's presented slightly differently. Beyond that, we also saw throughout the trailer some cool new animations or maybe executions. The one that really caught my attention was you had an operator fall down to their back, then jump right back up, like springboarding back up from their back and then securing a kill. So that might be something that's a bit more of an execution perhaps, or maybe a new feature. I don't quite think that we would have that sort of springboard back into action, but who knows. But that kind of ties in more so with a point we'll touch on in a second, where this is kind of the first trailer in recollection where they had genuine, for a multiplayer reveal, genuine cosmetics and additional stuff shown off as well, which is interesting. But anyways, we saw slide canceling in that trailer, kind of hilarious, again, leaning into that here and really focusing on that as a marketing tactic as well. One of the things that I noticed as well going through the trailer is that we had this sort of sequence in High Rise where Makarov and his crew come through the elevators. Now, that to me, I think is probably just going to be an infill animation. It wouldn't make too much sense if the elevators were functional in High Rise within Modern Warfare 3 because, well, it's only one level playing field. Of course, you could get up in the past games on top of the rooftop, but like, there's no elevator up there. That was just a jump spot that you can end up getting to. But in terms of going up or down in elevation and floors, that wouldn't make sense because you still only have that rooftop to play around with. But interesting sequence of events there, no matter what. But anyways, again, coming back to it, this is the first trailer in my recent recollection with genuine cosmetics shown off. Seems like we'll be hitting the more creative stuff here based off of this a bit more earlier than what we see with prior years. Usually that kind of stuff when we start to see like zany cosmetics and a little bit more out there stuff, it's like season 2 and beyond, but showing it right up front in the multiplayer reveal trailer is certainly something, which again may point to this being something that comes almost at launch here, kind of picking up speed with where Modern Warfare 2 left off in terms of cosmetics. Now, some of that was for the Vault Edition, sure, like the operator uniforms and what may have actually been a diamond camo as a maybe reactive final state for a weapon blueprint or universal wrap and camo coming with that. But if it was indeed diamond camo, I'm actually all here for that. That looked pretty good for a camo. We also saw a dual-wield SMG, it seemed like towards the end of the trailer, that was a sort of cel-shaded effect to it, further showcasing again that cosmetics that aren't a part of the Vault Edition, which makes me think a little further on what we're going to be seeing here earlier rather than later, but it's got that 2D animation effect that you'd see in like Borderlands or comic books, mixed in with the 3D art direction of COD, so that 2D with 3D based off of some of the tracer rounds and fire effects, but also the camo itself. But it's interesting overall in terms of talking about cosmetics with this trailer because like there's enough to be like, wait, that's a camo and a blueprint, but really not a whole ton more of to show off what to expect beyond that. And they're kind of few and far in between. I mean, like you have a classic diamond camo perhaps here, but also something that was seen in like Black Ops 4's Heavy Metal Heroes cosmetics at the very end of the game's life cycle, and kind of stuff that we'd see within Modern Warfare 2, again, like at Season 5 or Season 6, in that sort of realm of possibilities. So it's weird that we see that swing back and forth. But anyways, enough on cosmetics. We also saw swimming is confirmed once again with Modern Warfare 2. Kind of a no-brainer. Wouldn't expect that to go anywhere. But the one thing that I'm very curious to see if we will see revealed, probably will at COD Next, is if that primary weapon that we see players swimming with is shooting underwater and has the ability to shoot underwater. Whereas in Modern Warfare 2, you only have the ability to use pistols underwater. So for me, personally, here's the hoping that you can shoot with primaries underwater, but maybe that's just me. We also saw some streak confirmations here with this, where it looked like we saw an assault Juggernaut, where maybe it's just Juggernaut armor and you can carry on with whatever weapons you have in your regular loadout, because we saw the Juggernaut and the Riot Shield as of the key art for the multiplayer reveal a month back when we saw the game actually revealed, but we didn't see anything beyond that. But it seems like he swaps to a shotgun, has the Riot Shield still, so that's something to keep in mind. We saw a Seeker bomb drone, it seemed like, something like that. We saw a VTOL jet trying to be that Harrier of old, and we saw an EMP, which looked pretty cool in how it was portrayed. Additionally, in the PlayStation beta announcement video here at this, we also saw that there was a Guardian-style streak from Black Ops 2, emitting audio waves as a deterrent, so probably being something that deals a little bit of damage and slows you down, kind of like stunning you in the process, but that was something shown off as well. We saw some first-person footage of the in-actual gameplay environment, showing off a bit of the in-game HUD and UI. We saw Cutthroat tease that 3v3v3 mode on Rust where it said Team 1, 2, and 3. And we also saw a bit of the ground war footage here that will showcase the first of a couple of brand new maps coming with Modern Warfare 3's actual launch. Again, the key marquee items of these 16 6v6 maps, those are all remakes, remasters here at this, but for Ground War and War, we're going to have 3 different Ground War and Invasion maps, and then 1 War map at launch. So that's something that is actually new content you'll be able to see, and also, that's our first glimpse probably at the new Warzone map as well. Ground War usually being taken from that larger world experience, so certainly interesting to keep in mind as well. That was the trailer itself and what we saw from Call of Duty, but PlayStation also put up a little bit of a trailer for the beta to give us some information on what to expect as well with Weekend 1 and Weekend 2, debuting a little bit of the content here that we'll see with that playable demo of Modern Warfare 3, in which the big parts are, of course, that we'll have the maps of Favela, Estate, Skid Row, Rust, and High Rise available in Weekend 2. So we'll have 4 maps in the first weekend and an additional one in Weekend 2 when everybody starts to play on Xbox and PC as well. And of course, we also saw some smaller glimpses of stuff that wasn't shown off, like that sort of Guardian-style streak, but that's about it. That's the trailers we ended up seeing, though, and what we learned out of this multiplayer reveal for Modern Warfare 2 so far. Of course, the big marquee item is COD Next here, upcoming in just a couple of days. We'll be live here on the YouTube channel, so if you guys want to stick around for all that kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe. We'll be live with that as of Thursday, but that's what we're going to call it. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this here? Are you liking what we've seen so far out of this multiplayer reveal trailer? Not so much. Whatever the case, drop your thoughts. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it out insightful, drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 3. We've got a lot upcoming, and I'd love to have you in the community. For now, though, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care, and peace.